naturally a spiritual person, a devotee who was raised to this platform will have compassion. This contradiction we have seen in Prabhupada's life also. In Prabhupada's writings, Prabhupada always gave secondary stage for social service. He did not give primary importance to social service. Prabhupada always said, that's all not required. Many times devotees tried doing some social service. Prabhupada said, it's not required. You simply preach Krishna consciousness. Many times Prabhupada gave secondary importance to social. He did not say deny, he did not say no. But Prabhupada said, that is all these Mayavadi sadhus are doing. Philanthropists are doing. That's very good, but that is not primary. Krishna consciousness is primary, and our job is simply distributing Krishna consciousness, not these philanthropical activities. Prabhupada said this. Prabhupada wrote in his books. Prabhupada spoke in the lectures. But one day in Mayapur, in those days, Mayapur is just developing. They have built only that huts closer to the road, which you can see even today when you enter the gate. Left side Prabhupada Kutir, and that line of rooms were there, and the right side only those buildings were there. One, that sheet roofs, and that's where devotees were living. And after lunch, the devotees, at that time 20 devotees were living, all Westerners, 20 of them, and couple of Matajis were living there. And they will take this used contaminated leaf, dirty leaf, and they will throw it across the road. Then, so many dogs will come running and try to lick the plate and eat the leftover. Then Prabhupada was standing and he saw many children. They came and they shooed the dogs and they jumped into the pile of that contaminated leaves, dirty leaves, and they started eating the leftovers. And Prabhupada was moved. He had tears in his eyes, and Prabhupada said, from today, no man should go hunger in a radius of 10 kilometers around ISKCON temple. He said this famous statement. See now, it is contradicting with what Prabhupada said in his books. Sadhu, a real sadhu, genuinely became compassionate when he saw situations or when there was a need. What he wrote in the books, what he spoke in his lectures, and what the order he gave was entirely contradicting. Prabhupada never gave importance to social service, philanthropism activities, because he said spreading Krishna consciousness is very important, and that's perfectly true. But when there was a need, Prabhupada exactly contradicted. At the same time, many devotees went and discussed with Prabhupada, we should have hospitals, we should have this, that, and all. And Prabhupada didn't show much interest. But when he saw devotees struggling, some kind of fever, sickness, and this and that, one young Australian boy was there in Vrindavan at that time, 19-year-old, and just very enthusiastic boy, in 1977. And by the time ISKCON has spread across the globe nicely, and this boy is so enthusiastic. And by the time Prabhupada had thousands of disciples, and these young boys won't get time to meet Prabhupada, and they can't even speak a word to Prabhupada. All senior devotees are surrounded, and they find it a great blessings if they get a smile from Prabhupada, a glance from Prabhupada, even a tiny interaction from Prabhupada. They used to feel it as a bliss, a blessing. And somehow this boy pushed in and grabbed a chance of carrying Prabhupada on the palanquin, because by the time Prabhupada was very ill. So this boy got a chance somehow, and he was so happy. Unfortunately, because they are coming to India, and that India's summer and that heat, this boy, Australian boy, could not take it up, and he had boil on his leg. So Prabhupada, he was carrying Prabhupada, he forgot about it. Actually, it's paining. But he was so jubilant, blissful. I am carrying Prabhupada, I am carrying Prabhupada. And he was carrying palanquin and and that boil broke and he was not able to walk. It's really paining. So he started limping. And Prabhupada realized that. And he asked the boy, what happened? And he said, first he said no, and then he explained. Then Prabhupada told them to put the palanquin down. And Prabhupada, he was struggling to speak, at the end of his time. Prabhupada gave a whole prescription to that boy. How you can make green mango juice and certain medicines you can apply. You drink green mango juice to beat the heat. Prabhupada explained to that boy. And the boy didn't take it seriously. He was so blissful that I carried Prabhupada. Prabhupada spoke to me. That's all he was in. And next day again Prabhupada asked him. Then immediately he called the temple manager and said, everybody should be given green mango juice mixed with gur, jaggery to beat the heat. Certain diet should be added. Chas, buttermilk should. Prabhupada had a whole. Prabhupada was struggling to speak. And he explained the whole thing to the management, what and all should be added in the diet. And that day evening, a doctor, Kaviraj, came to meet Prabhupada. And Prabhupada explained the whole thing to Kaviraj and said, please take care of them, attend to them and check whether who is sick, whoever is sick, please. Prabhupada had a whole conversation. So, a genuine compassion of a sadhu. So here, Bharata Maharaja has raised to such a level, but when he saw this baby deer floating in the water, a genuine compassion rose in his heart. He dropped his meditation and he ran and picked that baby deer to save her. And there is nothing wrong in his action. Nothing wrong. Then where Bharata went wrong? It's just a thin line, a choice between right and wrong. It is a very thin line.